to my channel and welcome to a new bookish little vlog for a week in my life. If you're new here, don't forget to press the subscribe button. I would be super grateful if you did, and if you do like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I was not planning on filming today, I have to be honest, because I have had a very long day with both uni and then work straight after, and I just literally got back from work like 2 minutes ago. But I thought I would start this vlog here. As you can see, I did start the week off with some winter walks with Daisy and my boyfriend, because there's been literally snowstorms going on in Sweden these past few days, and it's absolutely beautiful but also absolutely freezing. It's been like minus 10, 11, 12 degrees Celsius. Daisy, our dog, absolutely loves the snow, so she is thriving right now, and she only wants to be outside all day, every day. Me, not as much, but it just makes me very happy to see her happy. So yeah, today was the first day back at uni after like Christmas and New Year's and everything. We have still had studying to do, but we haven't had to be physically at school at uni these past like 2 weeks, I think. So today was the first day back, and we did have quite a few assignments that I've done the past few days, so that is also why I haven't been filming. I've just been super busy. And today as well, as I mentioned, it's currently 8:45 in the evening, and I just got home after being away all day. However, I did receive a parcel, so I thought I would just start this vlog now and also unbox this, because I do know that there's a few books in here. I do also know that I will be receiving another parcel later this week, I believe. So I will see when that arrives, and then we will unbox that, or I will show you that at some point as well. But this will kind of give you a hint of what that will be. So yeah, I thought we would unbox this, and then I will also update you on my current reads. So let's see. I'm actually not sure exactly which books are in this parcel, so it might not be like in the right order, but we will see. Okay, right, so the first one I actually ordered to get like over the free shipping limit. So the first one I ordered is Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. I've been super intrigued to read this. Is it a duology, or will there be more books? I'm not sure. But this book in particular, because I did love the Caraval series by Stephanie Garber, and I've heard that this has kind of similar vibes, so I've been very, very intrigued. So this is supposed to be a fantasy, and just like in Caraval, there is a game and the main character's sister disappears, and to kind of save her, she has to enter this contest to claim the prize, which is a wish. So it does sound very, very similar to Caraval, so I'm super, super intrigued. So this will go on my endless TBR now that my book buying ban is finally over. However, with that being said, I do not plan on buying a lot of books this year, but this one I did want to get. And then we have one more book in this parcel, and then the rest will come, I don't know when, later on this week, I think. So the second book I got is Capturing the Devil by Carrie Maniscalco. So this is the, I'm not sure, is it the third book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series? I actually don't know, I will have to look that up. But it is a part of the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and this is the series that I placed the order for, because my friend got me Stalking Jack the Ripper in a hardback version because she found it on Vinted, and now I obviously want the whole series to match. And we just finished Stalking Jack the Ripper, and we ended up really, really liking it. We gave it 4 stars. So I do want to read the rest of the series, and I want that to match my first one. So I have ordered the rest of the series in hardcover on Amazon. So hopefully this matches in size with the first one. Let me just get that one and check actually. Okay, right, so this is the first book in the series, which is Stalking Jack the Ripper, and they match perfectly, which I'm super, super happy about. So now I'm waiting for the other 2 in the series to arrive, so those will be the books that will arrive later this week. I do know that this is not the second book, but I don't know if it's the third or the fourth. But as I said, the rest is coming. So I'm very excited about that. Just to give you a little bit of an update about Stalking Jack the Ripper, because I did mention this in, I believe, my Bookmas vlogs when I started reading this. But this is a kind of like mystery historical book where this girl wants to be she wants to work with forensics, I guess, but then since this is set, I believe, in the 1800s, it's not really accepted for women to do that, so that is kind of questioned. But then this series of murders start happening. She basically tries to uncover what has happened. That's the worst description, but this is a very good good book. It reminded me a lot of the Anatomy duology by Dana Schwartz, and I really loved that duology as well. And the vibes in this one were just very similar, which is why, I mean, I love both of them. So this is definitely a recommendation if you like that kind of book. So I'm very excited to dive into the rest of the series. As I mentioned, I did also want to quickly update you on my current reads, and I'm saying reads because I'm doing a tandem read, and that is of Magnolia Parks and Daisy Haites. I do have these on my January TBR, which you would have been able to see in my last video where I picked my TBR. If you haven't watched that, definitely go do that. I was not sure if I was gonna get to these, but then I ended up asking my friend which book I should pick up next after finishing Stalking Jack the Ripper, and she chose these. So yeah, I was very intimidated because in total these books are about 800 pages. This is mine, and then this one I did borrow from a friend because I don't own the Daisy Haites books, only the special edition Magnolia Parks books. And these are definitely very much outside of my comfort zone because these books are drama and that is basically the only thing I knew about them getting into these books. Like, I knew that the characters were not likable at all and that they were very toxic and that we didn't have a lot of plot, but mostly just follow these like rich people's lives. So basically Gossip Girl, but in England, and that is definitely the vibe. I am currently quite a bit of the way through in Magnolia Parks. I'm on page 176 out of like 420 or something. And then in Daisy Haites, I'm currently on page 185 out of, again, 400, I think, something. Yeah, 410 again. So I have made quite a bit of progress. I have been reading these for a few days now and I'm enjoying them more than I thought I would. I'm definitely getting through them faster than I thought I would because I haven't been loving romances lately because they just feel very maybe repetitive and kind of slow to me. So I haven't been loving them. So I was very scared going into these, but somehow I am going through them pretty fast, and the writing of Jessa Hastings is very unique and unlike anything I've read before, which I was not really prepared for, but I'm really liking to kind of read something different. So I am enjoying them. I'm a little bit bored with them right now, but I think that is to be expected for someone like me, at least, who reads them. But yeah, I'm intrigued and I'm excited to see this through. So I'm hoping to get some more reading done tonight, and then tomorrow I only have uni and then I have the evening off. So I will definitely get some reading done then, and I will update you guys as we are going. But yeah, I think I'm positively surprised at the moment, but I am also very prepared for that to change, I guess. Yeah, we'll see. They're just very much outside of my comfort zone. Yeah, it's the next day, but I thought I would just quickly take you guys with me as I fill out the first book of the year in my book journal. So my 2026 book journal was actually very well watched, so I figured you might find it interesting to come along with me as I fill out the first book, which I am beyond excited for. So for those of you who haven't seen, I did make a video on me setting up my book journal. So first of all, I did actually decide, since it was the first book of the year, to paste in like a little mini cover picture in my book goal spread, just because, as I said, it is the first one of the year. So I will just maybe cut that out a little bit smaller so you can see the edges and fill out that with my rating. I did end up giving Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is the first book I read, a 4 stars. And then I'm pretty sure it's not on my Books Owned Before 2026 spread, since I did start this one before the end of 2025, but I will just double check, and if I can find it, I will color that in. Right, so there is that added in, and as I suspected, I did not add Stalking Jack the Ripper into my Books Owned Before 2026, so unfortunately we have nothing to color in here. And then the next spread is my 2026 reading tracker, so here I will fill out the date I read the book and the title, rating. There is that added in. And then the monthly tracker I can't fill out yet, because I will just color in however many books I read in the month at the end of the month. However, I can color in the genre, and this one was a mystery thriller, first and foremost, I would say. So that is the one I will color in. So there is that done. I did decide to fill this one in with the color that I chose for the rating as well. I'm not sure if I will do that with everyone or if I will just keep it green like this whole thing, but I will decide on that later. I cannot cross off any series, however I can add one, because I believe that I did not add Stalking Jack the Ripper to my series tracker. I did not, so I will just add in the series here as well and then color the first one in. So there's that one added and colored in. So then the next page is my daily reading tracker, and here I can actually fill out 8 days because it is currently the 8th. So let me just go and do that. Okay, so with today, I am actually on an 8-day reading streak, which feels really good because I did end off 2025 on a little bit of a reading slump. So I'm very happy about that. So I did color that in, and I'm thinking I will give each line like a different color. And as you can see, if I just colored it in, it means that I read today, and then the dot means that I started a book, which I did on the 3rd of January. So that's when I started the Daisy Haites and Magnolia Park's tandem read. And then across means that I finished a book, which I did on the 2nd of January. My books that made me, I am not filling anything out for this book because I just don't feel like it fits in here. My A to Z challenge, I could obviously do the letter S, but I'm not sure if I'm doing that because I am planning to use Stalking Jack the Ripper for one of my book bingo prompts, and I kind of don't want it to be repetitive, but then at the same time it will be kind of hard to fill everything out if I don't repeat things. You know what, I will just add them in both anyway, because if I finish them both, that's just great. So I will add the cover of Stalking Jack the Ripper for the letter S, and there is that one added in. It's not taking up the whole space, but I'm thinking it will look nice like this whenever the whole page is filled. And then the next page, as I did show you, is my book bingo. And for this one, it could fit into, I mean, it is a new to me author. I'm not sure if it's a debut novel. It could be, but I'm not sure. It could be set in the past. A buddy read, because I did read this as a buddy read. Yeah, I'm thinking I will use this one as buddy read, which means that I will paste in the cover here, and there is what that looks like. I think this will also look very cute once it's all filled out. The next page is book quotes, and I don't really feel like this is the kind of book where I took a lot of book quotes with me, so I will skip this one for this book. For Hall of Fame, I've just added in a few leftover covers I had, but it's not a 5-star read for me, so I'm not filling out that one. The month of January is not over, so I cannot fill out my book bracket. And it's not a book club book. It's not on any of the authors' backlists that I had written down. The reading stats I cannot fill out. That is everything we were able to fill out. I think it looks very satisfying to finally have the first book added in there, and I'm very, very excited to keep filling this out and to see what this looks like by the end of the year, even though that is pretty far away. We are long overdue for an update. I have not updated you in several days, and I've been in a little bit of a rut the past few days. I've just not been motivated to basically do anything at all, and I'm not sure if that is because of like the busyness of Christmas and New Year's, or if it's because we did start the week after New Year's and everything with a very intense week at uni. But now I feel like I finally got it back, like some energy and some motivation. But I do have some book updates. First of all, just to add on to the little mini haul I did earlier in this video, I did end up also receiving the second book in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series in the mail. I'm still waiting for one of the books in this series that I have ordered, but that one is supposed to arrive later this week or next week, I believe. So I did actually later on figure out that Capturing the Devil is the last part in the series, and now I've received part 2. So that is Hunting Prince Dracula, this one, and as you can see I got the hardcover to match the other ones in the series, so now all 3 of these match perfectly, and I've added my little Stalking Jack the Ripper bookmark that I got from a friend. She got it off of Etsy, I'm pretty sure, to that one, so I can use that whenever I read this, because this book follows the same couple as the first book, so that is very suitable. I'm very, very excited to continue on this series, so I'm just waiting for the third one to arrive, but I'm buddy reading the rest of the series as well with the same friend as I mentioned before, because we did buddy read the first one. But that is like the little update on my mini haul, and then I do have a rating update. So as you guys know, I did mention earlier in this video that I was doing the Magnolia Parks Daisy Haites tandem read, which I was very intimidated by. And I did mention, I think in my last update, that I was pleasantly surprised with how invested I was with the story, and I still am, I guess. I did actually finish Magnolia Parks, so that one is all done, and then I still have to read like the last part of Daisy Haites, so I'm aiming to do that tonight. I think I have 70 pages left of this, so this much. So the last chunk is actually a bit longer than the rest of the tandem read was. But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised, especially the first half of the books. However, it did drag quite a bit. And I knew I was gonna have a hard time with it because it is drama, and I just don't really enjoy that. And I don't mind like lit fics where there's not really a heavy plot, but I do still want there to be something happening, and I felt like this book reached a point where we were just repeating the same thing, and I know that that's kind of the whole thought behind this, but I just didn't really care as much after a while, and I cannot tell you if that is because of the books in general or if it's because I did the tandem read, because in total this is 800 pages, and that is a lot to read about like the same kind of toxic relationships, because they were very on off, and I knew that going into them, but I just felt like we were repeating the same thing basically. So that did kind of take it down a bit, so I think I'm ending up on a 3 or a 3.5 for Magnolia Parks. Maybe Daisy Haites will be a little bit higher, because I feel like we are following a little bit more of a plot, and there are a little bit more, like there are more things happening. Yeah, so I think I might rate this one a little bit higher, but I'm not sure. I am still kind of just wanting to get through it to finish it, and that is obviously not really a good sign when it comes to books. I want to be immersed in the story and not want it to end. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, it is basically as I expected. I did not expect to love these books. But I'm still happy that I'm reading them, and I will probably read the rest of the series, however not just yet. I also do have to mention that I'm feeling kind of stressed about starting my book club book for the month, because I am reading a Kristen Hanna book and we have book club in 1.5 weeks and I haven't started it yet. So yeah, I'm very excited to finish this one hopefully today, and then I can start a new one tomorrow if I have time. But I will take you guys with me when I finish this one. But yeah, that is kind of the book update, the life update that I have. We still have a lot of snow outside, so I have just been taking a lot of walks with Daisy, trying to, actually the past few days I've been able to get up a lot earlier, which has been very good for my mental health. It is hard sometimes because my boyfriend does work night shifts, so he obviously sleeps in. But yeah, I've been doing better about that. I feel like I have a lot more motivation now, a lot more energy, and yeah, I'm excited to finish these books so I can actually read a book that I thoroughly enjoy, hopefully. Okay, so I think I forgot to mention this earlier, but I've actually also been in my Stardew Valley era. I have played Stardew Valley quite a bit before, but I feel like it goes in like periods of time where I play it a lot. So I did end up starting a new farm on my Nintendo Switch. I have previously played it mostly on PC. But yeah, I started a new farm on my Switch and I've been obsessed. So that is basically how I've been spending my evenings and even days at some points. But yeah, if any of you play Stardew Valley, let me know. It's like the coziest game out there. And I've been obsessed with that lately. It's time to finish it. I am on page 351, so let's see how long this takes me. Apologies for the bad lighting, but I have just finished Daisy Haites. It only took me like 40-50 minutes or so to read the last like 70 pages, so I think that's pretty good. And yeah, I think my thoughts still stand. Like a little bit more was going on in this one for sure, and I did enjoy that a bit more, like the whole mafia aspect, and like I feel like this book had more depth than Magnolia Parks, but I still wasn't in love with it. So I think I'm ending on like maybe 3.75 or 4 stars. I will just think about that for a little bit. But yeah, I definitely did find this one more enjoyable. So I'm very happy to have those read. So I can give this one back to my friend as well, because I did borrow this copy. But yeah, I'm going to go fill out my book journal actually, and then I will show you like a little flip through once I've done that. And I will go and take a walk, and then I will just take the rest of the evening off and just play some Stardew probably, knowing myself. But yeah, I also actually wanted to show you guys, because we did find some nightstands at a secondhand store. I will just take you guys there. So the lighting is a bit bad, but we actually found these nightstands, which are originally from IKEA, and we found them for 65 crowns each, which is actually really good because they are in super good shape, and we have been looking for these exact nightstands, but I have only seen them, I think, in like gray and white as IKEA, so I'm not sure if the people have painted these themselves or I don't know. But our thought is to paint them because this color doesn't really fit into our apartment, so that's why they are standing here for now. But we want to paint them either like a green color or maybe just white or gray or something, I'm not sure yet. But yeah, new these cost like 500 each, 500 or 600 I think, and we got both of these for 130 crowns, which is really, really good. And then we actually also found this like little pot that we will use for like a little plant, I guess, as well as this bottle, which I thought might be cute to have like a little candle in, so you can see like the wax dripping. So we will see if this one fits a candle or if we should use it for flowers or something. But yeah, this one was 15 crowns and this one was only 5. So that's definitely a very good deal. But yeah, that will be a fun little project. I will end this vlog off just showing you guys once I filled out my journal, and then I think I will end this for today. But I hope you have enjoyed watching this so far. I'm going to fill out the journal, which is always my favorite part after finishing a book.